Network, Arizona's premier live podcast studio and online radio.
Good morning. Welcome to Southwest Flavor. Happy Tuesday to everyone. I'm really
You're listening to the Live the Dream Media Network, Arizona's premier live podcast studio and online radio.
Good morning. Welcome to Southwest Flavor. Happy Tuesday to everyone. I'm really excited this morning. We have a special guest here, the starting running back for the U of A football team, Ismail Maudi. Good morning, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I've transferred over from transferred over from Texas State. Just got here to Tucson in January. It's been amazing since I got here. Was an All-American over there at Texas State, started running back at Texas State, accomplished a lot, kudos to me, stuff like that. But yeah, just got here in January, man, just been rocking and rolling ever since. It's been amazing being here.
Yeah. So what drew you to Coach Brennan and U of A?
Yeah, great question. Just the coaching staff. My running back coach, Coach Alonzo Carter, was a huge piece for me to come over here to Arizona. Just the way he was talking to me and just letting me know, I'm trying to go to the next level to play in the NFL, and just the way the players that he coached and the way he coaches, I think is the perfect fit for me. For me to get to the next level.
Ah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good, yeah. So when they came in, they talked to you, basically they just told you a bunch of the different people that they've coached. Yeah, and probably some different running styles or
different running styles. Honestly, when they talk to me, they talk about all the stuff that I need to get better at. Not too many coaches out there are doing that. They tell you all the things that you need, that you're already good at. They came straight forward. It's like, you need to work on this, and that to get to the next level. And that's when me and my parents sat down and was like, man, this is the right school. These are the right people that you want to be around. They didn't sugarcoat anything. Right. They kept it straightforward, and not too many coaches are doing that, letting you know the stuff that you need to work on. Usually they trying to brag on the stuff that you're good at. So I think that was a big factor on it.
No, that's fantastic. Because they're telling you basically, hey, we're going to help you get better.
Exactly.
And this is how you're going to get better.
Exactly.
So let's work on this together, and then, you're going to get to the next level.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit about Texas State. So you were there 3 years, right?
2 years.
2 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I first got there, there wasn't a winning program. They had a lot to build forward. We got a new head coach, so I came in with the new head coach, DJ Kenny, that's there right now. I came in the same year he got here, so whole new roster. I think the whole team was transfers. He brought in his own staff, brought in his own players, and the first year we got there, we did pretty good. We beat Baylor our first game.
I saw that. Yeah,
it was a pretty cool moment to beat them on their home field.
Definitely.
And then we went to our first ever bowl game ever in Texas State history that first year that I got there.
Okay.
So.
For a small school coming in and beating a Big 12 school like Baylor, that's a huge thing.
It's a huge thing. Yeah, it's a huge thing. And it was amazing. I had a good time there, but I just felt like it was just time to go.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. And before that, you were at Houston Christian University.
Christian, my freshman year, straight out of high school. I went to Houston Christian.
So I read, were you the finalist, or were you? Did you win the Jerry Rice Award?
I was a finalist.
You were the finalist.
Of me and this other kid.
Okay.
Final two.
And the Jerry Rice Award is for the top freshman.
Yes, the best freshman in FCS football.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
So you've stayed in Texas pretty much your whole career, and then you decided to venture over to Arizona.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How do you like the weather over here? I mean, it's definitely not as humid.
Yeah, it's not as humid, but it's
hotter.
Yeah, it's hotter here compared to Texas. Texas, you sweat. Here, you just burn. So I'm just out there just burning and stuff like that. Right. But it's pretty nice. It's cool. I'm used to it. I'm used to the heat. I'm from Texas, so it's not too shabby.
Yeah. And you guys are pretty lucky now because we have an indoor practice facility now.
Exactly.
Yeah, we didn't used to have that.
That's funny.
I mean, right where that's at, that used to be the baseball field.
Oh, that's where Ricky Hunley was telling me.
Yeah. So. Yeah, they went through a lot of summers in that heat without having an indoor facility.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it is. My son has gone, or when he was in high school, he went to a couple camps there at the U of A.
Yeah.
So
cool.
he got to experience a lot of that. I think they split it up. Some of it was indoors and some of it was outdoors.
Yeah, they try to do both of
in
the stadium and in the indoor.
Yeah. So how do you guys do the summer practice? Do you guys still do the 2-a-days?
Yeah, we still do the 2-a-days. When we did summer workouts, we got there early in the morning, like 6 a.m. We did our field workout first. We first go outside and doing our running stuff, our change of direction, our getting faster stuff, and then after that we transition. No, after that we do our football stuff. We little install. We can't do full on, and the coaches are not there because NCAA rules.
Yeah.
You can't have the coaches there. But
right.
We player-led team. So Noah Fafita, the quarterback, gets the playbook and says we need to go through all these. So we do it as a team with the coaches without there, and then after that we get into the weight room and we lift.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So
okay.
It's a pretty crazy schedule, and then we come back. We got meetings where we go over plays and stuff like that again, and then we got treatment recovery. So you come back the next day 100%. So.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So you got rehab in the afternoon.
Rehab in the afternoon, right
get
after
you back
work.
on track.
Exactly. So you can come back tomorrow 100%.
Right? Yeah.
Get ready to go. So.
I'm sure you guys have a nutrition program.
Correct. We got the nutrition program. Everybody got individual stuff that they need to work on.
Oh, okay.
Gain your weight, all that stuff. So we got those plans. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
A lot different from where I came from. So
okay.
A lot of good resources.
All right. Just here at the bigger school, is it more resources?
A lot more resources. Yeah, a lot more resources, especially when it comes to gaining weight and just putting the right stuff in your body and stuff like that. So it plays a big factor.
So was that one of the things when you came here? Did you need to gain weight?
A little bit. Yeah, I needed to gain a little more weight, and then obviously just getting ready for the NFL. You want to get to a program so that could take care of your body, so you could get to where you need to get to. So
right.
Yes, sir.
So part of the gaining weight is that mainly for blocking, or is that for like shedding tackle too?
I think for that too. I think it's more for just the durability. So I could play the whole season, not to get hurt. You know what I mean? Put in that weight, just the extra coating, so I could take those big D lineman hit, linebacker hits and stuff like that.
So hopefully some guys will bounce off of you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So what about the size comparison? Is there a big difference between the smaller schools and the Big 12 now?
Yeah, it's just I think the biggest difference is in the O-line, D-line, the trenches. That's where you notice the most difference. In the skill position, running back, wide receiver, it's the same. But the big difference is when you get to the O-line, D-line.
Yeah,
it's a big jump from
those dudes are big.
From G5 to P4. So
yeah, definitely.
Yes, sir.
When my son went to some of those camps, there was some JUCO players in the camps too, and he's like, those dudes are big.
Yeah, they get big up there in the D-line and the O-line. It's big guys.
Yeah, it's a huge difference between high school and even JUCO.
Right.
Well, those are grown men. You guys are grown men.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, very cool.
Yes, sir.
So I know you had a couple really big seasons at Texas State. You had a 1,300.
Yes, 1,300. Yes, sir.
300-yard season, and then last season was almost 1,000.
Almost
right?
1,000. It was like 6 yards away from 1,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I didn't go to the bowl. I didn't play in the bowl game, so I couldn't finish it off.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you also have some receiving yards too?
Yeah, I think I had like 400 receiving yards.
Oh wow.
I had the most all-purpose yards in the country.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. I did.
Yards in the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So being a senior, and you want to go to the next level, are you already like talking to people?
Talking,
is there
talking to scouts. They come out to practices and stuff like that. They watch practices and stuff like that. So yeah.
Is that pretty typical to just have scouts at all the different major universities?
Yeah, they're everywhere. They want to see the best of the best. They're trying to recruit to make their NFL team better. So
that's true.
They'll be at every practices. They'll be in the meetings.
Oh wow, they are.
And they look at your social media, all that stuff. They invest in a lot of money in these players, so they want to see what they're really getting. So
that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but I mean, it's they're checking your character too.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they're looking at everything, and they're probably talking to people that are around you and seeing how you are,
exactly,
and how you're acting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how's school life here at University of Arizona?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I only have one in-person class, but I have all online classes. But I think it's really good education. I really like it. So my major is exercise sports science. I want to get into the physical therapy part, coaching part, part of it. So it's been really good.
Yeah. Very good. And you're doing a little bit of private coaching yourself,
right?
Yeah,
doing a little private coaching with my guy Manny.
Yeah.
That's my guy. Yeah. Shout
Manny
out to Manny.
Manny was on here either last week or the week before.
Yes, sir.
But he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Great guy.
So when you're doing your private coaching, what do you work on? Is there like specific things that you focus on?
Explosiveness, change of direction, At the end of the day, we trying to whatever the kid needs. We try to focus on that. So if a kid comes in and say I need to get my speed faster, we focus on speed stuff. Strength it only depends on what the kid needs and what he's wanting to get better at.
Are you working mostly with running backs or offensive players?
Anything, honestly.
Yeah?
Offensive O-line, offensive players, quarterbacks. We train everything. So
wow.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And how did you get into that?
My one of the guys that mentored me, he was a coach. So when I got into football, my parents couldn't pay for the football stuff, the cleats and stuff like that. And my mentor, he's the one that paid for my football stuff and my cleats and stuff like that, and helped me get to where I'm at today with the coaching and stuff like that. So, just seeing him do that, I was like, why not, go help others? At the end of the day, it's just to
definitely pay it forward.
Exactly, pay it forward. And I just love coaching. I love to help the youth and just to give my knowledge out, the stuff that I learned in the game to the younger kids. So
okay,
yes, sir.
Do you see yourself in many years from now being a coach?
For sure.
Yeah?
Some of my teammates say that the way I go out there and play. I like to look at it as a quarterback position when I'm out there running back. So some of my players like, damn, you're gonna be a coach one day, stuff like that. So
you can read the defense and
exactly.
That's huge.
Yes, sir.
That's huge to be able to see the field and read the defense.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you learn that?
It's just from coaching. The coaches. Luckily, I had great coaches in the past at Houston Christian, Texas State, and even better here at Arizona that teach me how to, read the defenses, read the D-line, read the coverages and stuff like that. And I just soak it all in. I'm a learner, so I like to soak everything in that people tell me. I don't like to just let it go through my other ear. I like to soak it all in. So I just learning from all the other people that I'm around.
Cool.
Stuff like that.
That is so cool.
Yes, sir.
Man. So what does your the rest of the season look like for you?
I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
We're now getting into conference play, and we're playing real opponents. The first two games we didn't really get to. We started blowing them out in the beginning, so they took some of us out so we could stay healthy. Now we're getting into the heat of things. I think we're going to get into competition where we got to play. So I think overall we're going to have a really good season. We just got to stay focused and just play with effort every game. So
okay,
yes,
very
sir.
good. Hey, David, let's take a quick sponsor break, and we will be back in just a couple minutes with Southwest Flavor.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love track because I have two daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
Track is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting Track, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
September is here, the kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or go to picturerockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
You're listening to the Live the Dream Media Network, Arizona's premier live podcast studio and online radio.
All right, we are back. We're talking with Ismail Maudi from U of A, running back. Man, we got a lot of information in there that first segment.
Yes, sir.
We were talking off air, and David, our producer, has a question for you. David, why don't you ask?
Nice to meet you today, Ismail. Nice to meet you. It's great. It's great hearing from
Nice
from you
meet
and the
you
U of A
too.
program. I got a question. So you said you came from Texas State. Is that where it was?
Yes, sir. Texas State.
What? Can you explain the difference in speed you see from where you were at Texas State to the Big 12 U of A? You see a noticeable difference in that?
Yeah, I do see a noticeable difference from the D-line. I think the D-line's a lot faster. Those guys get off the ball and chase the ball a lot faster, and then the linebackers are a lot faster as well, too. So I just think the speed difference is the interior from the defensive players. Those guys are a lot faster than where I competed at Texas State.
Yeah. Did it take some adjusting for you?
It did. Especially early on in spring ball, when I got out there, I was like, "Damn, these D linemen are fast." Just with my teammates at practice, but when I got to the game, it was good just because I practiced with my teammates.
Awesome. Thanks. Yeah, I was wondering that, man. I was there's got to be a pretty significant speed difference. And then, hey, I just want to say, hey, you're having a great season, man. It's great to see you play out there.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. We're season ticket holders, so I mean, we're out there every week.
Yeah.
So that's why, I was really excited when you said that you'd come on. So
yes, sir.
We get to see you on the field, and now you're here. So that's awesome.
Appreciate you for having me, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you graduated high school in 22.
Yes, sir.
Right in the middle of COVID. How did that affect like your recruiting process and just getting in there and practicing and getting everything that you need to do to start your college career?
Yeah, it did affect it a lot. 2020 was a rough year. Just the coaching staff, because they couldn't really get to see you in person, contact
Were you doing like a lot of FaceTime or
a
stuff
lot of
like that?
FaceTime and stuff like that, and then it just slowed down every process for everybody, including me and stuff like that. I couldn't really get to know the coaches face to face, and it's hard when the coaches can't really know the player face to face and see them in person, see their size, see how they look, see how they built and stuff like that. So that kind of pushed a lot of things down for me. But God does everything for a reason, so I'm just thankful for where I'm at right now. So.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, you can't have the coaching staff come in and, meet your family and
exactly.
They're not in your living room or at your kitchen table talking to mom and dad and saying, this is what we're going to do with your son and everything.
Exactly.
Everything's on a screen.
Yeah. So it was really tough.
Yeah.
It was.
I
did affect a lot of things.
Yeah. And then you get to Houston Christian, and were most of your classes digital, online or...
In person, because when I got to Houston Christian, it was COVID. It was 2022, so I think COVID was slowly getting down.
Okay,
so that's when they started letting people actually go to classes and stuff like that. So.
Very good. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That makes a big difference. And then you're there with your new team. And did you say that they had a new coaching staff or no?
No, they had their old coaching staff.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
they had the same coaching staff that was there. But as soon as that season got ended, that whole coaching staff got fired. So that was one of the reasons I left Houston Christian, because they brought in a new head coach.
Okay.
So I entered the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That must be hard because, I mean, you have a coach that recruits you, you get to know them, you get to know the whole staff, and then they leave.
Yeah.
And you have that unknown. You're like, what's going to happen? Are they going to bring in their own guys?
Exactly.
Are they going to have a different maybe scheme or something?
Scheme and stuff like that.
So then take us a little bit through the process of going into transfer portal and then kind of seeing what your opportunities are and figuring out what's the best fit for you.
Yeah, so when you enter the transfer portal, that night that you enter it, coaches are, just depending what you did that season, coaches are hitting you up instantly. They're calling you, FaceTiming you, a lot of coaches. But I think the best thing to do is just sit down with your family and just know what type of offense you're looking for. Because at the end of the day, you got to get the ball in your hands to get to where you want to get to and be an explosive player. So me and my family and one of my mentors that I know, we sat down and, we was like, what did this offense do? How many times did they run the ball last year? How many times did they pass the ball last year? What type of running backs do they have in their running back room? How many times did they give this running back the ball and stuff like that? So you want to sit down and just make sure everything makes sense. You just don't want to get all happy and just go to the school that has the big logo like Alabama. Go to those schools that just have big logos, but they have a whole bunch of guys on the bench that are 5 stars that just been sitting there since since their freshman year and stuff like that. So you just got to sit down and just be smart about it and just go somewhere that that have good people around you, that you have good resources, good people, and then somewhere where you fit in the offense. You don't want to go somewhere just to go somewhere and then you're on the bench and then, season is over.
No one likes to be on the bench.
Yeah, nobody likes to be on the bench, keeping the bench warm and stuff like that. So
exactly.
just doing those things.
Yeah, and then so you said at Texas State there's a whole new coaching staff, the new head coach and coaching staff. So how did you get to know him? I mean, I'm sure he went after you, recruited you and everything, but he's telling you, hey, I'm going to go to this school where I haven't been yet, and I'm going to bring you with me, and then we're going to do these things together, basically.
Yeah. So when G.J. Kinney before he got to Texas State, he was at UIW.
Okay.
And UIW and Houston Christian were in the same league, so I actually played against G.J. Kinney.
Okay.
And at UIW, and they put up like 70 on us.
Wow.
It was like 70-0 at halftime. Ooh. And me seeing that offense and seeing what type of players they have, they're explosive. They had their running back. He went for like 5 touchdowns.
Oh, wow.
Running up the middle, passing the ball, catching the ball. So when I seen that, I was like, man, I could fit in this offense.
Right.
And then after the game, he came up to me because I still rushed for 110 yards and like 2 touchdowns that game. So after the game, he come up to me. He was like, man, you're a hell of a player. If you're looking to enter the portal next year, they do that. If you're looking to enter the portal next year, you would love this offense. You would be a big fit. So he talked to me after the game, and then season went on, and then when I heard the coaching staff got fired, I entered the portal, and then he ended up getting the job at Texas State, and that's when we built that more of a collection, met my family and stuff like that. But before that, it was just after the game, and then we played against them. So that's when I got that little feeling of him.
Yeah. I'm sure that, like you said, you get that little feel from different coaches, like before the game or after the game, so you can kind of know a little bit of how they're acting. And
exactly.
You probably hear things too.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's probably programs that you're like, I might stay away from there.
Yeah.
But there's, this other coach that really mentors and coaches everyone up and brings the best out of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff.
So, we're going to talk about something else. Man, now I can't think about it, or I can't think of it. Was it something with your private coaching that you wanted to?
I just wanted to give a shout out to Next Level Sports. One of the best sports training in Tucson. You can follow us on Instagram, next_level_sports performance. So just wanted to give a shout out.
And what ages do you guys usually coach?
We coach from 10 years old all the way to high school, college. We coach it all.
Oh wow!
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We coach it all.
Okay. So if someone wanted to bring their kid over, and
over that wants to get faster, bigger, stronger, and then wants to work on his football stuff on the field, footwork stuff. If you got a quarterback kid, play quarterback, want to work on his fundamentals. Running back want to work on his fundamentals and all that stuff. So we do it all.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, good luck to you in the season.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. We will be back in just a couple minutes with Southwest Flavor.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love track because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
Track is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting Track, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has a spectacular $59 drain special for the month of October. At Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, our highly qualified plumbers will solve your scary plumbing problems and keep the goblins out of your drains. The special is for residential properties only. Call for details at 520-492-0748 or book your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
You're listening to the Live the Dream Media Network, Arizona's premier live podcast studio and online radio.
All right, welcome back. Oh, that was a fun interview with Ismail Maudi, and if you want to see him, he is the featured back at the U of A, and he will be playing this Saturday home against BYU, so we will be there watching the game live and cheering him on. I want to thank Coach Manny Gomez for getting me in touch with him, and it was just a great interview, and I'm really happy that we did it. Next, we have my wife, Janay Arenas. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I was just telling you or sharing with you that I've been catching these colds off and on, and welcome to fall and winter. So here we are. So I hope I'm not coughing in everybody's ears.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll
work through it.
You'll be okay. Yeah, we'll work through it. So we've talked before that that fall is your favorite time of the year. It's my favorite time of the year, but one of the reasons it's my favorite time of the year is because of football.
Of course.
It's almost nonstop football from now till the end of the year. So
I think for most women, and I'm not talking, or speaking for all, but for a lot of us, we enjoy the fall because it brings pumpkins and pumpkin spice and cinnamon, nutmeg. You think of all those things. The baking starts, to start, going on in your head. What am I going to bake, this time?
Right.
Just like this last weekend, I wanted to bake apple bread, so I made some apple bread. And
yeah, you've never made that before, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a new
wanted
recipe
to.
for you, and it came out really good.
Right, it did.
Yeah.
And the decorating, of course, the fall leaves and
like you said, the pumpkins,
the
and
lights,
the gourds, and
yeah.
stuff like that.
I love it. But I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different, on the show and actually interview you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And the reason why I thought that was because I think it's a good time to get to know you, as a podcaster and who you are and what you've done in the past and what brings you joy and how I tag along with you to do all those things and experience these things in life. And what most people know about you is the fact that you do like to brewery hop and check them out and see what types of beer that they have to offer. And I like going and tagging along with you because I don't drink alcohol, but I like to do this the taste testing and of the flights and stuff.
Yeah.
So my question and for you and for the listeners is what are your top 3 local breweries in town that you would suggest people to going to visit?
Right. Okay. Well, the top 3 breweries, and things change over the years. Some of the breweries that were there before are no longer there. They some of them kind of come and go, unfortunately, just because of the economy and inflation, or just they can't make it in business. But there's some breweries that I frequent. Dragoon would be one of them, which is up on the northwest side. It's off of Grant and I-10 area.
Okay.
Catalina Brewery and Bun Brewery, which is here in Marana.
Okay.
Then they're not side by side, but they're almost in a walking distance to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Catalina's brewery has been there for a long time.
Right. I've been there with you, several times.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like what, more than 20 years maybe?
I don't think 20 years, maybe 10, 12 years, something like that.
I do know that a lot of you cyclists like to go visit over there after
we do.
You do a morning ride.
You wouldn't call it a biker bar, but it's kind of a mountain biking brewery. So.
It is, because I see the memorabilia, on the walls,
right.
And the owner, I believe, is a cyclist as well.
Yeah,
correct.
He is.
Yeah, okay.
And
we need to bring him in.
Yeah, we will. He actually had a ride last year on Christmas Eve, and he opened up the brewery just for us at 10 a.m., and we had beer, and he brought in donuts.
Oh, wow.
And then as a group, we all rode down the loop and went down to Famous Sam's on River and La Cholla and had lunch there as a group, all on the patio. We had our bikes out there next to the patio so that we could watch them, but we just kind of took over the patio and had lunch together and had a good time, and then we rode back. So
very nice.
Yeah.
So going back to Catalina Brewery, what would you say would be your favorite beer there that they offer?
I like the darker beers, like the amber beer or the nut brown, something like that. So they usually have something like that in rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I like. If we're at Bun Brewery, which is just kind of on the next street over, my favorite beer there is the Chiltepin beer.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I've seen you bring that home before.
Yeah, and that's a darker beer, and it has a little spice to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, that's probably my favorite beer of all time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, some of these breweries do offer like bar food type stuff, and some of them don't.
Right. Probably most of them don't, just because of the expense of a kitchen.
Oh,
there's so much that goes into just having a professional kitchen, with just getting it started up and with all the health codes and maintaining it and all the equipment. It's too much usually to start up. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of them bring in food trucks. which is a great idea.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
You can bring in a food truck. They have their own license, health department, business license, all that. They can park and
They're insured on their own.
They're insured, yeah. They do their thing. The brewery does their thing. It's a happy coexistence. And a lot of
small business supporting small businesses.
Yeah. And
I love that.
A lot of breweries will they'll have a rotation. So they'll bring in different food trucks on different days. So you could have, like Asian food one day, and you could have Mexican food another
That's
day,
true.
and you could have, whatever. Chow Down has I think he still has his food truck. I know he has a couple locations now, but that's how he started. So just lots of different concepts that you can get and try.
Yeah, that sounds good. Now, did we mention the third one? You said
The third one. So we have the two here in Marana, and then we have Dragoon.
Talk about Dragoon for a little bit. Do they offer food along with the...
Don't have food, no.
Okay.
But they have a really nice area over there. It's fairly large.
I've noticed, and maybe it's just me because I'm not, I don't have, I'm not really listening or looking for this type of like a venue, so to speak. But do they not advertise? Because it just seems like most breweries don't. They're like this hidden gem, and whatever city that you're in, they're hiding, in some, maybe it's a warehouse or.
Yeah. Well, most of them are in industrial areas of town because most of them are brewing on site. So they have all that, they almost have to have like a warehouse space to do their brewing. And then they have the front space, which is their actual tasting room or whatever you want to call it, where you sit around and drink the beer.
Now, do all of them offer, these like flights, so to speak,
Pretty
or
much.
is it different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and what a flight is, if you don't know, is it's usually a tasting. It's a sample size of each beer. And flights can range from like 4 different tastings to probably 8. Just depending on what the brewery is and how many offerings that they have.
I remember we took our middle son, I think it was our middle son, one of our sons, to Barrio Brewery. Now that's out on.
That's pretty much downtown. It's off of Tool and 15th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
or
it's
16th.
Seemingly an industrial area,
It
correct?
is.
Yeah. And you walk in and it has that industrial feel.
Sure. It's in an old warehouse. An old warehouse, an old Tucson warehouse.
And the food is amazing there. They have, if you haven't been there to visit this brewery, it's amazing. It's a nice.
They do a good job.
A weekend, date night, what have you.
Yeah.
And it's a wide variety of food, hamburgers, French fries, your salads, tacos.
It's a good place to go to lunch too. I mean, if you're meeting a business person or something for lunch, I mean, it's a good place to grab a quick lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also one that I remember visiting with you. I think it was in Midtown. And I don't remember what it's called, and I'm wondering if it's is it the Dragoon? No, you said Dragoon is up here, right?
Dragoon's off of Grant.
Off of Grant. Maybe that was Grant and what?
Like the freeway, between Silver Bell and the freeway.
No, it's not that one. This was more in town. Do you know how many breweries are in Tucson?
I don't know that answer anymore.
Google it.
I don't, but I know that there's a new one that's fairly close to downtown. It's right down the street from the U of A, and it's one that I've been wanting to try for a while. So Ricky and I went and tried it about a month ago, and it's called Screw Bean, and it's a coffee house and a brewery.
Really?
Yeah.
That's different.
And it was cool. They had some pretty good different offerings there. One that both of us got was a blueberry pie sour. And then
blueberry pie sour.
Yeah, and then around the rim of the glass was like cinnamon and sugar.
Oh.
So it was really good.
Yeah, I recall when I'm with you and you select your flights or what have you, and then I guess I tend to just lean more towards the sweeter side of
Sure, yeah.
of the beers.
You don't really like beer, so.
No. I remember when I was younger, and when you're doing young and dumb stuff and drinking too much Budweiser was what I started off with, and that was like the end of that.
Yeah.
Anyways, going back to the flights though, there are some beers out there, and I want to talk about the different types of beers that you've tried, and why it's kind of cool, to try a flight, because you're introducing your taste buds to something different. With
Exactly.
maybe like you said, maybe 5 to 8 of them, 8 different types of beers. What would you say? Now you said you lean towards the darker ale type beers, right? Is that how you say
Amber.
it? Amber. Okay.
Yeah.
The ales are the lighter ones, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else outside that?
There's a lot of different kinds. I can't even remember all the different kinds, but you got like the really dark ones, like the porters and the stouts. Those are ones that they almost look like coffee. Like the stouts look like coffee. They're very, very dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember where we were at, and it was a brewery, of course. And I do recall, this is outside of, Tucson. We were in Flagstaff.
Oh, yeah. Flagstaff has some really good breweries.
Oh, they're seemingly like a lot of them there.
They're all kind of in the downtown area. So a lot of them you can walk to different ones. I mean, they're within walking distance of each other.
So which one was it that we went to and there was a chocolate raspberry
That is
beer?
Beaver Street Brewery.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. If you're ever in Flagstaff and
Yeah.
and you
Beaver Street Brewery. Yep. It's right there in the heart of downtown, kind of in their brewery district. And they're the ones that have the brick oven pizza.
Yes.
And we get that every time we go to Flagstaff.
Yes. And then what was even more exciting is they had gluten-free pizza too.
Nah.
So I could so I could
For you and Pat Hirsch.
Right.
They have the gluten-free pizza.
Oh yeah. That
gluten-free
is a whole other topic with me and Pat. She could go, you probably should bring her on, to talk about that. But I'm here to tell you, I'm a true believer that gluten-free is better for you, but that's another story, another podcast.
Okay. But one of the things that I always try to do when I'm out of town, no matter where it is I try to find some of the local breweries. I mean, for one, you're supporting local business. It's another small business that they're trying to make it just like everyone else, so you're supporting them. And two, each brewery has they kind of put their own little twist on the different flavors and the different types of beer. So it's cool to go in there and see. I mean, we've been in breweries in Hawaii and Las Vegas and Ohio and San Diego and Flagstaff and Phoenix and Tucson. So, and other places too, New Mexico, several different places in New Mexico and Dallas. So it's neat to go in there and see the culture of their brewery, but also see the culture of what they're trying to do, with the different flavors that they're trying to mix in.
I think so too. I think by, talking to restaurant, or not even restaurant, the brewery owners, as to why, what inspired them, to start something like that. I can only imagine, what it would be like. Because when you go in there and you see these massive, what do you call those, cisterns or whatever?
Yeah, where they brew the beer.
Yeah. I mean, how many gallons of beer are in some of those, or what?
Ooh, that's a good question because I don't know.
Yeah, and because they're huge.
Yeah,
they're like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times bigger, or 4 times bigger than your human size. And it's like, and then I think, how do they manage those things? What goes on, in managing something like that?
It's all math.
Oh, of course. And if any of you know my husband, he is nothing but a numbers guy. Give him facts, give him numbers, and he's on it,
Right. Well, I mean, that's how it operates. I mean, when you're just like baking or brewing or smoking something, it's all numbers. It's all your temperatures versus your time, basically. You just have to know when you're going to hit that temperature and how long it's, an estimate of how long it's going to take, and that way you can prepare for it.
So I have another question that you may or may not know.
Okay.
Do all beers contain wheat? Is there such thing as a gluten-free beer?
I think all traditional beers contain wheat.
Is it like?
But I think they have come out with gluten-free beer. I believe.
So are they? Is there? Okay, so are they fully wheat, or is it a blend of wheat flour, or like barley, or what have you? Is it?
Yeah, it's the barley and the hops.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know exactly what.
So for those of you that have food allergies, we wouldn't suggest that you go brewery hopping unless you know that there is gluten-free alcohol.
Which pretty much everything's online now. I mean, everything's so easy, to get on your phone and look at their menus and see what, a lot of times you can see what it contains.
And that's what we have to do with me, with my allergy to gluten is we check these places out, to see if there is something, there that I could enjoy, tasting or nibbling on or what have you. Or just, whether it's just having a snack or lunch there.
Right.
Yeah. So, that's what I wanted to, to share with the listeners is that this is what life is like, with Ron and outside of HVAC and plumbing. And
we like to explore.
Yes, and I tag along with you with the explorations and these different little towns and cities, and so I like to talk about like local restaurants, and here in town, here in Tucson. Do you recall, being somewhere where you had like the best tasting beer, and you just like we got to go back for
You know what? I'm going to think on that for a minute. And,
okay.
Hey, Tony, let's take us to a quick sponsor break, and then we'll be right back with Southwest Flavor.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has a spectacular $59 drain special for the month of October. At Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, our highly qualified plumbers will solve your scary plumbing problems and keep the goblins out of your drains. The special is for residential properties only. Call for details at 520-492-0748 or book your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love track because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
Track is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting Track, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
You're listening to the Live the Dream Media Network, Arizona's premier live podcast studio and online radio.
All right, we are back. So you're asking me about a beer that I tasted and I had to go back. It has to be the one from Bun Brewery, that Chiltepin beer.
It does sound good.
Yeah, that's the one that I've been going back to for several years, and they do different variations of it too. Sometimes they'll add things to it. Like I remember, I think it was last year they did a brew where they put maraschino, or is that how you say it? Cherries? They
that's
put
right.
Cherries in there.
Mhm.
One time they aged it in bourbon barrels. And so it was darker and spicier. That was my all-time favorite.
Wow, that does sound good.
It was amazing. And of course, when they add something to it, it's always a limited edition because they're just they make one batch of that just to see.
So it's almost like you want to go every year just to see how they've changed things up.
Well, they do everything. They do the batches until they run out, but they can foresee how popular it is, and if they start running out earlier, then they're going to brew another batch and maybe do something different. I think they've added like orange flavor to it one time. So
I'm telling you got to bring some of these guys in because it would be interesting to learn about the science behind these beers and how they're making them and what those big tanks do.
Yeah. I was actually talking with one of the brewers from Screwgreen Brewery, and he was ready to come on, and then I don't know what happened, but he contacted me and let me know that he was moving to Colorado. Oh. And he was no longer going to be employed over there.
Okay.
So that's fine.
That happens.
We will we'll pursue the next brewer or whatever, but we'll have some different breweries from Tucson here, because that's one of the things that we do on Southwest Flavor is we love to have local businesses on here. Yeah.
We were talking about, or we briefly had mentioned, the cycling and how you guys come together and you meet at a local restaurant. And I remember when the wives were asked to join. You guys, when you guys were there, we were at Reforma.
We were at Grant Kruger's, Reforma.
Right.
Yep.
And
which is right on the loop.
Mm-hmm. And it was a day when they had a little market.
They have their farmers market there.
Yeah. And so it really is worth, to check out Grant's calendar, for the St. Philip's Plaza in that area, to see what he's got going on, because he's always doing something.
Beautiful patio there,
the courtyard. Yeah.
So it's great that you can we can ride our bikes there. We can do our ride on the loop, and then we can come back and we have brunch.
So was that the only place that you guys have met up at, as far as the cyclists as a group and? Or where else did you guys meet up at?
No, not necessarily. Like I said, we've done several meets at like Catalina Brewery because they're right there off of the loop. Mm-hmm. We went to Famous Sam's, and we've done like Fork and Fire. Just different places off the loop.
So for some of you, the listeners that don't know about Ron, is that he is an avid cyclist, and I want to switch gears. I want to switch topics. Okay. So what are your thoughts about what's been going on the loop, the crime, the activity that's been going on? What were your thoughts, when you were seeing and hearing about this this going on?
Right.
What was going through your mind?
The murder of the cyclist from a cracked out guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a horrible thing. It's an absolute horrible thing. And he was in a big group. The cyclist was in a big group. Mm-hmm. Most of the time you have safety in groups. That's what we've always been taught.
Right.
And, for whatever reason, this situation happened, and, it ended up with the murder of I don't know, he was 43 or 48,
I don't know
had a family.
Right.
but he was just out on his weekly group cycling. It's hard. It's hard because there's a lot of spots on the group, or not the group, the loop
Mm-hmm.
that there's some really bad places on the loop.
Oh,
There is. And actually that one, because it happened right by Tucson Mall, pretty much like kind of the First and River area. So it's a Rito River and like between First and Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it happened, like kind of right behind that Walmart that's over there. There's always people there. There's always activity there, but it's usually not as bad as some of the other places. What the loop does, if people don't know, is so the loop kind of goes around the perimeter of Tucson. It's about 54 miles long of what the actual loop is, and then there's different branches that go. There's a branch that goes into Oro Valley, a branch that goes into Marana, a branch that goes like down the Santa Cruz, pretty far south. There's some branches that go into the city of Tucson.
Okay.
But the main loop is an actual loop, and it's about 54 miles long. And a couple of the places that pops out at that we see a lot of bad activity is like Ajo and Park.
So be aware if you're going to go out there.
Park
Those
and
are the areas.
Yeah, Park and Ajo, and then it takes you along Ajo down, and then down 6th Avenue by the Veterans Hospital. I mean, all that area. There's a lot of activity.
So they're living in that area. Are there's homeless encampments that are going
encampments, on? But I mean, usually, pretty much every time we go through that area, you physically see people right next to the loop shooting up.
Oh my gosh!
Or smoking. Smoking whatever they're smoking and doing whatever out in the open.
Wow.
And then the loop goes to the Santa Cruz, and pretty much from 22nd to Grant, on the east bank of the Santa Cruz, is they've pretty much taken over the underpasses.
Okay.
Yeah. So
let's briefly talk about I want to talk about the lighter side of cycling. I had no idea that there was different groups of cyclists out there. And sure. I am aware that you have been hanging out with. I think one was called Old Pueblo.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's many.
And like groups. I said, I had no idea that there was actual bicycling groups out there. Is that one of the biggest ones, or?
No, I wouldn't say necessarily it's one of the biggest ones, but it's been around for a long time. I think it's probably been around 10 or 12 years. Old Pueblo mountain biking.
Okay.
And they started by a few guys getting together and biking, and then they decided that they start putting it out on social media. Hey, we're going to be over here for this ride, or we'll be over here for this ride, and it just started growing. I mean, that's how I found them. I found them on Facebook and decided to ride with them a couple times. Years back, and then I didn't ride with them for another year or two. And that's funny because we were out on a ride. Jeff and Kit and I were out on a ride a couple years ago, and I saw a couple of the guys from Old Pueblo, and they're like, "Hey, you're Ron." I'm like, "Hey, you're Gary."
Right.
And we just kind of reconnected, and he's like, he asked us if I could add them to our group, because I told him that we have a group of about 40.
Oh my gosh!
That we ride with.
To me, that's large.
That's kind of our core group, and we invite everyone to ride. That's kind of how we do it. We just put a group text. Hey, we're riding on Saturday at this place at this time. And
so if any of you listeners, want to join a group, and ride with, and I think that's the beauty of cycling, is that you're not just riding by yourself. I mean, yes, I can see there's good things about riding by yourself, and but being in a group, I think it's more adventurous and exciting, and
it's a community.
Exactly.
It's like
that's
anything else that you join, whether it's a softball team or a bowling league. Cycling is a community, and me, myself, and several of the guys I ride with, we do both mountain biking and we do road cycling.
Oh, okay.
So, and not everyone does. Some people only do road cycling. Some people only do mountain biking, and some of us do both.
Yeah, and there's a bike for there's a different bike for each.
Right.
Right. And they're expensive.
It's an investment.
Yes, I guess you could look at it that way, in your health.
Yeah, it's an investment in your health.
Yes,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But as you know, and maybe some people out there don't know, that Jeff Saunders and I, about 4 years ago, we created a cycling group. And we ride the El Tour de Tucson every year, and we raise money for nonprofits that we select. And usually it's two nonprofits every year, but this year we decided to select 3 of them that we all know personally. So that's what we're doing. We bring on sponsors. We put the sponsors on our jerseys, and our jerseys, we wear our jerseys for years and years and years. So, those sponsor names get out there and stay out there in the world.
So I'll never forget this, and you're probably going to be like, I can't believe you brought this on air.
Uh-oh.
But you guys had cycled, I believe it was the El Tour de Tucson one.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a picture sent from Jeff, and you guys were both laying in this clinic, like half naked. And I'm thinking, what in the HE double hockey sticks was going on? I thought you were, something had majorly happened. Couldn't get a hold of you. But it was it was a joke. What was going on in that room?
So that year, Jeff and I, through mutual friend, got some VIP tickets. And the VIP tickets for the El Tour de Tucson came with the lunch, but it also came with a massage, an after-ride massage.
We go from I'm thinking you're dying to massage.
So, and actually, it seemed like no one knew about the massage, because the lunch was on the top floor, and then you went down to the bottom floor, and the massage was down there.
Oh.
And actually, I think one of the workers in the buffet line told us about the massage. They're like, "Hey, have you gotten your massage yet?" And we're like,
"What massage?"
No, what massage? We're like, "Oh, it's downstairs." So we ate and we went down there, and no one was down there, and so we got like a 10-minute massage, which was great.
Wow. After you're doing
that long ride, yeah.
So in the tour, there's 3 different rides, right?
3 different distances. Yeah, you have your 100-mile, you have your 63, and then you have your 32.
And you guys are doing which one this year?
We're doing the 63 this year.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
63? Yeah. I thought it was 64. Not that it matters, but
I think
why
it's
63?
I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know. I think it's how it converts into metric.
Oh, numbers.
Yeah. So 63 miles equals whatever in metric.
So your group, as far as riding the tour, are you guys planning on doing anything locally after that?
We usually hang out there. They always have a beer garden, and
that's right.
And they have food there, and they have music and everything. So It's a place. I mean, the Tour de Tucson every year has 10,000 participants. So it's a big party afterwards. So we usually just hang out. We have a couple beers. We talk about the race.
So the purpose of the race of the El Tour, talk about that a little bit more. I mean, is it all riding for nonprofits?
It's all riding for nonprofits.
10,000 people are all riding for nonprofits.
Right.
That is amazing.
Right. So that's like the purpose of it, of
wow.
El Tour de Tucson, is for the nonprofits.
Okay. And then your nonprofit you're riding for, are you riding for more than one or just one?
We're riding for 3. So since we created our own team, then we get to pick our own nonprofits.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is like a bunch of nonprofits that are registered with El Tour de Tucson.
Okay.
But
you pick outside of that?
Yeah, we picked outside of that.
Okay.
So we have our own. So we have track.
Okay, of course.
We have Southern Arizona Book Heroes.
Okay.
And then we have We Care Tucson.
Yeah, talk a little bit more about Southern Arizona Book Heroes, because I'm not even sure what.
Pretty much out of time.
Darn, we need another podcast to talk about all these nonprofits too.
We will, and we did have We Care Tucson on about a month ago.
Okay,
we talked about it. We had Track on last week or the week before, and we're gonna have Southern Arizona Book Heroes. She's been on my show before, but I'm gonna try to have her on before the El Tour de Tucson.
Perfect. That'll be good to listen in on.
Yeah, so that way we get to know what they do and why we're writing for them. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See you at work.
All right. Sounds good. All right. That's another episode of Southwest Flavor. Catch us every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. We'll see you this week.
You're listening to the Live the Dream Media Network, Arizona's premier live podcast studio and online